Let's move on to food. Who cooked?
German
German
nuns.
sisters.
The Sisters of the Most Holy Redeemer.
So lots of sausages and beer?
No,
Oh, please.
no. The menu was rather planned. If this is Tuesday, it must be Belgium. Well, if this is Sunday, it must be bologna and grapes or ham and
No,
potato.
it was ham and potato salad on Sunday.
Bologna and grapes was Tuesday.
And
And they would count them out. So,
The bologna or the grapes?
everything.
yeah, 26 slices of bologna.
There were
13 guys at the table.
14.
14.
6 on each side, prefect and soup man. So 14 at a table. So almost everything came in units of 28. Like 28 grapes and 28 pieces of bologna. And those German nuns knew if anybody was sick, because if there was, there'd be 26 grapes and 26 pieces of bologna. So it followed a rather common culture. What you got? Breakfast was always the same.
Were these round tables or just one long?
Long
Long,
tables.
rectangular,
No, round tables.
14 at a table. Breakfast was always the same.
So for your young fan club, it was like Harry Potter seating.
So one day you would get Rice Krispies and cornflakes, and then the next day for variety you would get cornflakes and Rice Krispies. That was basically, it was cereal every day of the year except for 6 days. And they were the most unusual days to eat well. They were the 6 Sundays of Lent. And the reason was because they imposed the fast on us, even though we weren't of the age of fast. It was 21 back then. So if you were 16 and somebody else at your table was 21, you couldn't have one fasting and one not. And the fast was the full 40 days. No eating between meals. Meat only once a day, except on Fridays when it was once a day. So Sunday was actually the one day you could actually eat anything. And so on that day, they would pull the carts down the aisle, and it was bacon and eggs for breakfast. For six,
Except Tuesdays and Fridays was hard rolls and prunes.
heart and prunes, yes.
Did you get extra prunes or
No, you didn't get extra prunes. One day,
why the prunes? I missed that. It's
That's
just
a very good question.
who knows?
Who knows?
One day we were
so
hungrier
just to summarize this, in Lent, you had
Yeah,
you had the biggest feast of all year.
That's right.
On the Sundays of
on the
Lent.
Sundays of Lent.
So back to the prunes.
Fridays and Tuesdays and Fridays were hard rolls and prunes. And we can't tell the Uncle
No,
Mac
we can't
story.
tell
No,
the
we
Uncle
can't
Mac
tell the
story.
Uncle Mac story. Okay. So one day we were extraordinarily hungry or something. And so I went back, and since they were German nuns, I learned how to say "Mehr Fleisch bitte Schwester," which means "more meat, please, sister." And they were so happy that someone spoke German that they piled my plate with meat, and I came back to the joy of the other 13 people sitting at the table with me.
But we had the same thing every night for supper.
Yeah.
You had the
your
same
Monday-
thing every
You
Sunday.
had your Monday meal, you had your Tuesday meal, you had your Wednesday. It never changed.
So 7 day rotation.
Yes.
and that's it.
Sunday was ham and potato salad. Monday was hot dogs and home fries, which was the potato salad with the dressing washed off. Tuesday was bologna and grapes.
So I'm still fascinated by the bologna and grapes. If there's the 13 grapes and yours is like the mildewed rotten grape, are you stuck with the mildewed rotten
Yeah.
grape?
Yeah, you're stuck with that.
Did they peel it for you?
No. We
They
got
were
ice
canned. They were
cream.
canned grapes.
Ice cream was the normal dessert. They were blocks. All right.
Neapolitan.
Not all the time. Sometimes you would get all vanilla. Sometimes you would get all chocolate. But the most common was the Van Chock straw, or Neapolitan, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And they would, 14 people, 14 blocks.
And that was your German word, Van Chock straw?
That was, believe it or not, the medium of exchange at St. Charles. We had no money.
So kind of like cigarettes in prison, you were changing Van Chock straw.
You would bet
You would
ice
bet
creams.
ice creams. Like the Phillies would be playing, and you bet that the Phillies would win or lose. And what you bet was ice cream, which meant you gave up your dessert that day if you lost. It was a severe penalty. But if you won, you had 2. And so you really went to town by having 2 blocks of ice cream instead of 1. And then there were the hockey pucks. Now, you have to remember the meal times. Monday, breakfast in the morning. But the 12:15 meal
Was the main meal.
was dinner, which of course made you fall asleep at the 1:15 classes. So your main meal was at 12:15. And then basically lunch, that's the bologna and grapes, was at 7 o'clock at night.
It was European in the way,
So
the way it went.
2 of the days they had what was called hockey pucks. They were unidentifiable meats, but they came in 2 flavors, vanilla and chocolate. Vanilla was the light-colored hockey puck, and chocolate was the dark color. And we really chocolate was better than vanilla, and so we really had no idea what they were. But
Were they like blood puddings? You like white
we
blood
didn't know
pudding?
what they were.
Some form of cutlet, but not recognizable.
German nuts.
They wasted nothing.
Nothing.